Hey, how's it going? Decided to go live for a little bit. Um, Trying to go live not using the StreamYard software and going live right through YouTube. See if that makes a huge difference. First off, can you guys hear me? I see Kevin and Dad's in there. I'm doing good, Kevin. Can you guys hear me? All right, very cool. So, funny thing is, there's rain in the area, and it's been raining today. So I was outside doing some carving, and the neighbors next door, they're funny. They live in town, but they come out here every day. And they pulled up. They left last night to go home while the live was going. And they pulled up and said, did you sleep last night? Because I was in pretty much the same spot carving, but doing a different type carve. I'm working on the same piece. But someone last night mentioned, I can't remember who it was, putting a smaller wood spirit in this spot right here. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. I think that was a great idea. So I'm just going to work on that for a little bit and see how that turns out. Just to let you guys know where it's coming from. So this is the front. I'm not done with that yet. I'm waiting to get everything in place before I start blending and stuff. And then here is the other part that I'm working on, which I think is going to look kind of cool with this little hat up here. Then I'm going to have this guy in here, bring him up this way, bring it down here, and then I think I'm going to put another wood spirit here, and then another one down here. I think I'm going to do 2 or 3 more. So that's what I'm working on today. If you guys want to hang out, if not, I just want to see how this works. I've actually never went live using the YouTube studio. I've always used StreamYard, and Kevin suggested it for the vertical mode. So that's cool. And how does the vertical mode look? Does it look all right? Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and get carving. And I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Hang out and chat. Awesome. Appreciate it. Did you know this vertical mode, I'm going to have to get used to keeping it in frame, because that is a whole different ball game right there. But that's all right. It'll work out. And I don't know how much I'm going to do to this guy. I think I just want some eyes and stuff in here. This is just kind of an add-on. So we're going to see. I've really got some high hopes for this piece. And taking my time on it. This is not one that I'm just going to blow through. I don't know if you can see some of the detail I'm trying to put in here, but I'm trying to make it look like the wood is bending. So right through here, you can see where it's kind of bending through here. I don't think I'm going to put a mouth in here. I don't think I'm going to put a mouth in here because I really like this piece coming down right here. It twists through and then follows through. I like that. This I'm going to blend into this when I get this guy done. And then I like how the cheek is kind of folded up and coming up into this. So I'm going to work on shaping that a little bit more. And then I love how this is coming down and rounded. I like a lot of the figure. I like having a lot of the figure in these wood spirits. So that's what I'm working on, just getting some detail and depth into it slowly. I'm not by any means jabbing in to this. Draw a square on your desktop. Very good. Yes, when I get home, I will probably do that. But right now, I just have a card table set up for the live last night and for today. So when I get home and get this put back into place, I will end up doing that because it'll be a more permanent fixture. Right now, what I'll probably end up doing is, excuse me, tracing out where it attaches to the table and where I want my camera to be. That way, as I move it for up north and at home, I have a better reference of putting it back. So yeah, that's a great idea, and I'm going to work on that. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys a little bit of that. Really trying to get some detail into this, and I think it's coming out really good. I think it's going to come out good. And this guy here, you know, I just basically want him there. So I don't know how crazy I'm going to get on this, but I just want something there other than the knot. Which that's just going to be an added feature to this. So I'm not really worried about it. If it's not crazy, if it's not perfect, that will be okay. Because it's really not the main focus. It's just kind of a cool, oh look, there's another one there. Matter of fact, I might not even get crazy on this one at all. Just want some shape. Just want something there. And with this being a knot, I don't want it to break out really, so I'm going to gently go around it and put in what I can put in. Now up here on this one, I can say that I do plan on putting some grooves in, maybe some hair coming back to flow into here, into the other one. Or I might bring it up here because his hat's there. We'll see. I'm going to play with it. You guys will find out when I do. That's the fun thing about this. You can kind of make it whatever you want. So did you guys have fun on that live last night? I had a blast. And I do believe talking to Rusty, and I did get a chance to speak with Amy Jo afterwards. Amy Jo was able to get on, check it out. And I think with a little bit of scheduling, that may become a monthly or every other month deal. Do you guys think it worked out well? Hey, John, how's it going? Live was a lot of fun. Cool, I'm glad. So let me say hi to everybody. There's not a whole lot of people here today. I didn't figure there would be, but I wanted to test this out because I know Kevin's been emailing me, helping me out with this. So I wanted to get something going. I actually didn't even know how to go live on my own phone through YouTube. So that was a learning experience. I always just go through StreamYard. So Wild Fan, thanks for being here. I dare you to draw on your mouth. Okay. So let me say hi to everybody. I'm John, Kevin, thank you for being here. Wild Fan, it looks like, thank you for being here. Dad. Knuckles is here. Nice. Thanks for being here, buddy. Yeah, thank you guys for being here, hanging out for a little bit. Probably won't go long, but I want to test this out. I'm probably going to go for about an hour. and just see how it works. I want to look at it later, see what's got to be done to, fix it up. I like that idea of marking the table. That's a really good idea. So let me get at it. Really trying to go easy through this knot. A, I don't want it to bust, and B, I'm not using the Kutzel burr because I think they're going to be too aggressive for right here. I do want to put some depth in it, but like I said, nothing crazy. This is more to just fill that space in. I may not even do, I'm probably not. What you see here is probably what I'm going to do with this. I haven't decided yet. And like I said, I'm not going to get really crazy until I figure out what else I want to do with it. I'm just kind of putting it into place so I know where it's at. I am having a lot of fun doing what I call bending the wood. I mean, it's carving. It's not something special. But like in here, just trying to get, the wood to go different directions, not be so straight. I'm having a lot of fun doing that. So that's awesome. Just got back from Costco, so I'm here before I go outside to carve or epoxy or maybe both. John, I have put it out there. Anytime you want to come on and you want to carve and hang out, you're more than welcome. It will be something that I would have to put StreamYard on for, I believe, to have multiple people. I don't know, I'm getting used to YouTube. But on our carve nights, man, I do believe we're going to do it. I think it went well enough last night. Minus a few people having to cancel, which life is life. Completely understand that. But I do believe that's going to be at least an every other month thing. And we will be inviting people on to hang out and just have a good time. I enjoyed it. And I thought Rusty did a fantastic job last night. Just kind of moderating everything, and at one point in time almost sounded like he was a baseball announcer or a golf announcer. He did really good. I was really proud of him. So I think I'm just going to run some lines down here for right now to kind of cover this area, just so it doesn't look so vacant. And then blend it in. Maybe add to it a little bit later. I'm really good for that. I will work on a spot and then walk away and then see, okay, I want this. But just so I know where everything's at, I will put something there. I can already tell that knot's going to be an issue, so I'm not going to be doing too much in here. I mean, knots are an issue, period, but more or less when I blend it, so when you're turning from here or looking at this, you're not just looking at a big knot here. You've got a little bit of shape, a little bit of face, just to kind of hold your attention. So Awesome. Thanks, Dad. It was a good flow on the stream. Good. Yeah, it's when you have, man, I think we had 6 people on the stream last night. I think 9. I think 9 is going to be the magic number. I don't think we're going to go to 12 because 6 was good. You know, on my laptop, I could still see everybody good. And with Rusty going back and forth between everything or everybody, that worked out really good. So I think 9 is going to be the tops. We're going to shoot for 9 and go from there. Yeah, Rusty did a good job. Yeah, and it was cool. I mean, Rusty stayed backstage to not fill up that space. You know, although he did take up a space, you know, for the live, it was for sure needed. And yeah, Rusty is so good at what he does. I mean, you know, not only is he a great partner on the live, but he's just good, period. You know, he does what he does and he does it well. So I'm really proud to have him want to work with me. Because, man, I'll tell you what, this would probably be a different live if it wasn't for Rusty. Because it is hard controlling everything yourself. And he is definitely one of the parts that help this flow very good. So yeah, for now, I think that's what I'm going to put there. But I am, you know what? No, it's not. I don't want to do that. Let's see. Maybe I do. Let's go with this. You can always make adjustments. What I don't know if you guys can see it, but what I'm seeing right here is right where I started this line, there is a natural curve right here. It's like right here at the top of the carving that just says you need to carve here. So I'm going to start in here, follow that line that I'm seeing, connect this. That's going to help be the forehead, although I'm not going deep on the forehead at all. It literally, this is what it's going to be. But then from the top of that forehead, I think that's where I'm going to start working some hair or some lines up here to get it to blend. And then I will blend all this when I get to that part. But yeah, it's just screaming right here. I don't know if I get it closer to the camera. Right here, it's just a natural bend in the wood. It says you need to carve right there. It's crazy. I know. Wood talks to me. I talk to the wood. And sometimes we have really good conversations. Sometimes, not so much. But that's all right. What I am going to try and do is bend this down here just enough to where it looks like it's blending in to that cheek there. I don't know if you guys, when you guys carve, if you carve, if you just go with a plan in mind. A lot of times I do, but a lot of times, like this piece of wood, I really try and work with the wood how it is, because I think it's much more interesting. For me it is. It makes it a lot more funner. And I don't know if I'm going to paint this one or not. I don't know if it's going to be one of those I need to paint. But if I do, it is going to have some really awesome shadows and colors, that's for sure. And I say I don't know if I'm gonna, because on this side, just to see what it would look like, right here and here, I sprayed it just with a touch of clear coat to see what the color would look like, and I'm not really impressed. I still have to finish this side, but I just don't think, a normal clear coat is the way to go. Maybe I will stain it. Maybe I'll try and stain it. We'll see. So, all right, cool. Yeah, normally, like everybody else, I use the Kutzel burrs, but with this being such a small section, and I really don't want to take it down too deep, I'm not worried about it. I'm just using some of these grinder burrs, basically just to make a few marks. Oops. That happens. So I'm basically just trying to pull the forehead back to blend it into that spot that I just kind of flattened. Now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this, and I can always fix it because I'm not going to go deep, but and trust me, that is not deep. It's deep enough to blend up into here if need be. No, it looks crazy now, but it will make sense in the end. But I did notice this section of wood, not that just because that was the knot, this section of wood is slightly softer than what I have been carving here and here. It even looks different, so we gotta be careful there. I do not want to go too deep. You just basically want this all to come into that little peak right there and blend. It's not done, but that will give me just a little bit of reference. I am gonna bring this down from the forehead a little bit. I think that's gonna look much better. And once I get this going and really start putting the detail in, like I said, right now I'm just trying to get things into place because it is such a pretty decent sized piece of wood. I will go through with some smaller burrs or cutters get inside here, put some extra little grooves inside these little holes right here where they're spread apart, just to give a little bit more dimension. I watch so many different people and what they do, and it's amazing. You know, it's amazing. I know I always say it, but you know, Jordy, Matt carves, you know, they're both excellent to watch. If you just pick up a little bit from each of them, on top of everybody else you watch, you know, you should be able to pick up carving pretty easy. So yeah, Carving Fusion, Matt carves, awesome, great way to learn. Now that I have that in there, I will take one of the Kutzel burrs and kind of blend right through here and down here just to get the flow a little bit better. But if you're looking at it, Lord, don't let that thing stop before I grab it again. I did that last night and holy shoot. So you can see just having that little bit of stuff there made it look so not so empty. So that is good. I'll play with it a little bit, but that's about as good as I am right there because it's a small space, doesn't look so empty, and that's good. What do you guys think? Thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm digging it. I am digging it 100%. And my hopes for this is once you turn it 360, there's going to be a wood spirit blended in somewhere. May even try and do something with this one, but I am definitely going to have to clean that knot up or incorporate it into the next spirit, which I think that's going to be the best thing because his head is right there. But yeah, cool. So what do you guys got going on for today? I'm in a back brace, so I'm just kind of sitting up and trying to relax the back. Yeah, John. You know, it's funny. I said last night in the live, and I will always say this. I was inspired by Rhinestone Suzanne. I'm gonna get up for a second. You know, Amy Jo, Bear, and the Boss Lady. Creation Dust, watching those guys, what they do, that really truly inspired me to try to learn to carve. But really getting into trying to learn how to carve, Jordy or Matt. And, I will say that on every live, because that is the truth. To clean up the shop so I can join your live one day. So you're taking off, Kevin? But yeah, you are more than welcome to jump on when we go live. I think next time what we're going to do is we're going to invite people. I don't think I'm going to put such a blanket out there because it was kind of hard to keep track of everybody and then people canceling, trying to fill them in. I think what we're going to do is we're going to send out some invites and say, hey, on this day, this time, we're going to carve, do you want to be on the panel? And then next time, plus we can keep a list. We can keep a rolling list of who comes on and who doesn't. And if you don't make it this time, then we know that next time, you'll be able to come on. So, does that sound like a decent idea? Wes does it. How you doing, Wes? Keeping a list and kind of rotating through the list. That way, the same people aren't coming on every week. And what I'd like to do is alternate the live locations. Now, I can, with StreamYard, broadcast to other channels. So what I would like to do, if we're going to continue to do this, is say I run the live and then broadcast it to Rusty's channel. That way it can help him get some views. And then if Amy Jo's back, maybe one time broadcast it to Amy Jo's channel so she can get some watch hours. And then if there's a guest on the panel, maybe throw it their way. That way I'm not always soaking up the watch hours, and that will benefit everybody, not just me, which, it's cool. I'll hang out either way. So yeah, I'm just taking a break for a second. I don't know if you guys heard last night, but I moved some wood around. Yeah, I was out collecting wood, and you park on the wrong side of a dirt road. I don't even know where those cops came from. That's been on my mind all morning. Out of nowhere, like those 3 state police just popped up. I'm sitting there returning emails, and I got 3 cops in front of me. Son, step out of that car. Well, sir, besides being parked on the wrong side of the road, what did I do wrong? Well, that's enough. Okay. Still got me. So John, I don't know if you've ever heard the whole story on the one cop knowing me, but I got pulled over coming up here one time for a taillight. Ended up being about an hour and 15-minute stop because they were damned to try and figure out that I was drunk, which I was not drunk. I had not been drinking. I was not drunk, bottom line. And they were determined they had me on the side of the road so long. They were determined one way or another to prove I was drunk or high. They had the dog sniffer supposedly just happened to drive by, and what they were doing was an open air search. And if the dog would have alerted, that would have given them probable cause to search my car. So at that time, one of the officers that had pulled me over goes, I know you're high. And I'm like, well, no, you don't know I'm high because I'm not. He goes, then why do you have those pot pipes hanging from your rearview mirror? And I laughed so hard. I laughed out loud so hard and just looked at him. And in the middle of trying to get my breath, I said, pot pipes? And he's like, yeah, they're right over there hanging on your mirror. And I was like, bro, those are duck calls. And his partner just started laughing. And I think that pissed him off. It really did. So long story short, after about an hour and 20 minutes on the side of the road, they sent me on my way without even a fix-it ticket. Well, the cops that pulled up on me yesterday, one of them was that guy, and he knew exactly who I was. He looked in the car, he seen the duck calls, he kind of smiled and laughed, and yeah, so it was like, oh, there is a saying here up in Alpena. If you come to Alpena for vacation, you will leave on probation, so be very careful. All right, I'm gonna get to doing a little bit more carving. So Kevin, how does the vertical look? Does it look different? Because you've been helping me with this, so I wanna see. John, it is funny until you're on the side of the road for an hour and a half, or almost an hour and a half, and then trying to prove that you're drunk, and you're really not. Like I told the officer, I was like, man, I just worked 12 hours, drove 5 hours, 53 years old, and I'm not gonna pass your field sobriety test. I'm letting you know right now. Could that be because you're drunk? Nope. It's because I'm old. My legs hurt. So as you can see on this, I've got all kinds of hieroglyphics of where I think I'm gonna carve and where I'm not gonna carve. So I'm gonna clean some of this up just so I can plan my next step. And I'm hoping the rain goes away because I really want to get out and try and do some walking. It felt really good yesterday to be walking around, and I'm hoping to get onto a trail today and get moving. It really seemed to help my back. Don't know what kind of wood this is. Just needs to tilt down a little bit. Okay, I'll work on that. I'll look at it. I always watch the live afterwards, and I'll see. But yeah, pretty much it's my phone. It's kind of going to be what it is until I decide if I'm going to get a better camera set up, but I will work on that. Is it too far away still, or does it need to be closer? Like, does the camera need to come closer to the piece, or can you see it better? Right there is great. Okay. Yeah, they're slating to put me back to work on the 7th, which I'm kind of excited about that. I need to get back to work, just because I'm tired of being home. But this walking, I've been trying to do a little bit of walking, and that seems to really be helping. And I'm going to start, we got one more week, I think, of the chiropractor, and then I think they're going to have me start some physical therapy, which is cool. And this brace that they've got me in, holy crap. If you've ever known a lady to wear a corset, you need to give her some seriously mad respect, because that is exactly what this is like. and it is uncomfortable. Not to give too much TMI, but it has fat rolls sticking out that I never knew I had fat rolls. So, yeah, it's very much not fun, but it is what it is. So I'm going to be very careful because if you can see it, there's some bark right here and right here. I really want to try and save that bark and leave it on. I like it being there. But my feeling is it will end up getting knocked off. But I'm going to try really hard not to. And right here, to come around, you try and swoop this up. To keep that flow going. I don't really want to flatten out that flow. And then I know eventually what I will do is bring this around a little bit more. But I wanted to get there first. And basically, I mean, I'm sure you guys know this, so I'm just trying to talk so it's not so boring. I'm leaving my tool, I'm leaving my burr in the same spot. Bark never stays on unless you glue it on. Well, you know, we'll see. It's on there pretty good. You know, we'll see. But like I said, I'm still going to be carved down here, so it's probably going to come off. But now I'm not going to take it off, glue it, and then put it back on. If it comes off, it comes off. But so basically what I'm doing is, I mean, and I'm sure you guys know this, so I'm just trying to make conversation. I'm leaving my burr in one spot and then just turning the piece to try and keep this rounded area here. And obviously I'm not going deep. Just trying to keep the flow. Now I will come through here and just kind of work it. Whether that's needed or not, I don't know. It just makes me feel better when I do that. How I do it. Alright. I'll bring this up a little bit more in here. I think I'm gonna accentuate this knot a little bit and work it in. This is what I do. I just start carving and then I see something and I'm like, oh, you know what? That might be cool. So let's just do that. So what I'm gonna do is around this knot, I'm gonna kind of work it to see if I can get deeper and round it in better. I did that with this one and I really liked it. now that's cool because by doing that, it's actually bringing out some more features on this side of the head. So I will continue to round around this and then work the side of the head in a little bit better. Now, I cannot, ooh, did it again. There you go. I cannot go too much deeper here because I purposely, if you can see, went really deep in here because I wanted him almost sunk in. He's actually not in like I was hoping, so I'm going to fix that. But if I go too much deeper over here, I'm going to blow through, and I don't want to blow through. So I'm going to probably end up, now that I did that, and it's looking cool, I'm probably going to end up continuing through here to work around that knot, and then do something around here, just to give it some definition. And then right around in here, I will start another wood spirit. I know I'm going to start one up here because I want this to be a part of the wood spirit over here. So it's kind of like that knot's going to tie two spirits together. Yeah, so I see at least 1, 2, maybe I can get 3 more in this piece of wood. Is that overkill? Would 3 more wood spirits be overkill in here? Because that would be 1, 2, 5, 6 if you count the mini. I don't know. I think it would look cool. I think done properly, it would look cool. Not that I'm going to do it properly, but yeah, I think that would be cool. It's what I see. So, awesome. Awesome. Oh, did I see John's leaving? Oh, Knuckles. See you later, Knuckles. Nikki New. You are new, so I'm going to have to make you a moderator. If you guys have any channels that you would like to plug, by all means, share your links in here and see if we can get some subscribers for you. But yes, everybody is welcome to share their channels here, and people have the choice to subscribe or not. But we try to help everybody. Yeah, if you notice, I'm not really going deep because I don't want this, for the most part, to be a deep carving. And I want it to flow a little bit better. You can get flow and go deep. I just would rather work it to where I want it than try and fix it. And for me, that works out pretty good. For this piece, I'm more about the flow. And if I go crazy deep on one, then I'm going to have to continue to go crazy deep, and then it just doesn't feel like it would feel right. I almost grabbed the flame burr again. Aw, man, it's raining. So basically what I'm doing is I'm getting rid of the 1/4 inch flame burr for this. And I'm going back to the 1/8 because I have it where I want it. Now I just kind of want to work it with the smaller burr. And I can take it deeper in some areas if I want, which I'm going to go deep. I'm just not going to go crazy deep. I'm going to work it. And if you can see, just kind of work it and blend it at the same time. If I do this right, then right here, from the edge of the eyebrow to here, will be a little wave that sticks out and gets blended in. And really, this part right here, without getting crazy, is what I want to blend in a little bit. But, like I said, I need to take away from back here, because if I go too deep there, I'm going to bust through. So that's why I'm doing it this way. And then once I get to the depth that I want, I will blend this part of the forehead back in. And I know you could probably chunk this section of the wood out, but this isn't a piece that I feel like I want to be chunking, so I'm just working it. And this piece will probably take me a good week or so, because I want to put a lot of detail in it, and I want to take my time with it. So this isn't one that I just want to blast out, paint, and be done with it to get a short or a video. This is one I want to, I don't know if you want to say be special, but I don't know, special. And sometimes I think when you have sections like this, and maybe it's just that I haven't learned yet, when you have sections like this that you cut out with a burr and then you try and round it in, it doesn't, for me, it just doesn't really turn out right. So that's why I'm trying to use the blending technique. That way I can make it look how I want. We got another new person in the chat. I can't see the name. I can see the last name, Miller. Is good to see you. Thank you for being here. So this is the yes, this is the Kutzel 1/8 inch flame burr. And have been using the 1/4 inch flame burr on other parts. So yeah, that's what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and make you a moderator if you'd like to be a moderator of the channel. And if you have a channel, you can share your link. So you're now a moderator. I do that. Everybody's a moderator here. For one, it self-governs while I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. If someone comes in and is being rude, everybody can get rid of them, not just me. And we like having you promote your channels. So if you have a channel, you can promote it. And until that bites me in the butt, that is how I will always do it. Because I want to help as many people as I can, however I can. I'm going to clean this up here around the knot a little bit. And kind of go over it. Definitely, I'm not going to be carving anything in there because if you can see, I really like how the pieces of branch are just sticking out natural. You can't make that. You can't make that. So that I'm going to incorporate exactly how it looks. The M, going to round this back up a little bit. So for this piece here, you can see that it became rounded, kind of flowing with this. I'm not going to go any deeper on this until I figure out what I'm going to do with this guy, because I don't want to take too much wood away over here. So let me go through. And I can tell you right now, the one thing that I don't like about YouTube Studio, and maybe it's a setting I can change, but I can see the chat much easier, much better in StreamYard. So I'm going to say hi to everybody again. Dakota, Kevin, Uncle Steve, John, Nikki. I don't know if Nikki's still here, but hello, Nikki. Knuckles left, but that's all right. Really wasn't planning on having a lot of people here today. I just wanted to get on and see how this worked. Wes Does It was here. Nice to see Wes. I would like to get Wes on this show one week. I think Wes would be completely entertaining, and he is just fun to watch. So I would love to do that. I'd love to get him on the show. And Wild Fan. All right. I think that's it. Cool. So there's a few new people on here. So what do you think so far? Was that little dude just in that little knot? Hold on. My bird's wanting to fall. Worth putting in there? I think so. Once everything else comes together, I think that's going to be cool. Awesome. Very cool. So I'll probably just end this because we've been an hour. I want to see. Thank you, Kevin. I'm going to go back and watch this and see how it looks. And if I'm solo going live, I will continue to go live through the studio. But when I'm with other people, I will have to use StreamYard. But I want to see what the difference is, if this really makes a difference going live like that. So, and I'm trusting my friend Kevin that it's going to make a difference. So, all right. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. And I might go back live later on tonight. I don't know. Yeah, StreamYard works with multiple people. It does. That 100%. I think just because I was so used to using it and I have so much more control on StreamYard, it just made it easier to go there. Plus, any live less than 2 hours, even an hour and 59 minutes after, you can, it will create shorts for you. But drawback is, with us always being in horizontal and not vertical, the shorts don't always come out. You can pull audio from it also. But yeah, for solo, individual, like this, I think you're right. YouTube is probably going to be better. And then I'll see what I can do from there as far as pulling out shorts and stuff. Because I really would like to get more shorts out of my videos so I don't have to always create new shorts. And question, does anybody ever take a picture of what they're working on and then look at it and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I need to change this here, I need to change that there? It's almost like a different look. I do that all the time. So that's crazy. But yeah, all right. Thank you guys for being here. I'm gonna go ahead and end this, and I might go back live later, so I'm not going home until tomorrow. But if not, I will see you guys on other lives. So thank you for being here. Appreciate it, and we'll check out and see what happens.